Hi friends and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about what is the meaning of being spiritual in the soul level. So soul plane, what is the meaning of being spiritual? We've already spoken about what is it, what is the meaning of being spiritual in your physical plane. So in your physical body, how do being spiritual feels? What do you do? What are the things that you don't do? How do you move forward with spirituality? What is the first step of being spiritual? So we've already spoken about that. We've already spoken about how and what it feels like in your emotional space when you are spiritual. So being spiritual, what does it mean in your emotions? What kind of emotional changes? How you will be in your emotions? How will you deal with your emotions if you are a true spiritual person, or you are onto your journey of spirituality? Today we are going to talk about how is your soul space when you are on your spiritual journey, or when you are actually spiritual. Before taking out the cards, starting the video, let's just take out cards for you guys. So what is the message? Let's just take it from Animal Angel cards, and the last message probably I'll get from Surrender cards. So what is the message for viewers, guys? Okay, now this card came onto the table and the other card kind of jumped out. Okay, so the two cards that I have for you guys, one says trust in the support of the universe. It's a card of deer. And the second card is whale. It says live as a fully conscious being. Now only when you are conscious can you actually feel the support and love of the universe, because only when you have that consciousness in you, only when you feel it, only when you want to feel it, you are open to feel it. It is the constant support of the universe is with all of us all the time, but you can only feel it when you consciously want to feel it. So just know, whatever situation that you are undergoing in your life, just know that you have to be more conscious, you have to be more connected with your soul. You have to have faith. It is very important. Have faith. Have faith in your fellow beings. Have faith in humanity. Have faith in planet Earth. Have faith in your gods or guides, or have faith in whatever you're doing right now in your life. It feels like you might be doing something which is big, which requires you to kind of put in more efforts, and which might require you to take a leap of faith as well. So the cards are positive. They're saying that universe has your back. Don't worry about it. Move ahead with it, and you will receive all the love and the support of the universe. So pretty positive cards for you guys. So let's just start about what is the meaning of spirituality on the soul level. The first step on the soul level of spirituality is that you understand the connect with yourself as a soul. So I always say we are two. We are a body and we are a soul. So we are always two. But when you actually get into that path, that zone of spirituality, you start understanding that connect with your own self. It's exactly like there is always a war between our mind and our heart. So our heart is basically our soul. That's our consciousness. And our mind is the human mind under which influence of which we work. And human mind can be all there could be all sort of negativities or all sort of things that human mind can attract or can make you do. But the soul will never make you do anything negative. The soul will never attract anything negative in your life, will never push you towards anything negative. When you actually create that coordination and that balance between your heart and your mind, between your soul and your body, that is when the actual spiritual journey happens. Now, how do you do that? For example, if you have that tendency, your mind has that tendency to think about or to get into the negative zone, indulge into negative thinking, and you actually are able to calm down that negative thinking, you are able to calm down your mind, you are able to open your heart and expand and see the positivity in everything. That is when you are actually bringing in that balance between your heart and soul, between your mind and soul, or your body and soul, and that is when you are actually bringing in that balance of your body and your soul. And that is where you are on the true path of spirituality. I will share one example with you, and one day I will share my life journey with you, but for now I will just share one example. There was a point in time where I was going through a very low phase in my life, and during that time I was trying to practice positivity. So how will I practice positivity is, I will kind of whenever a negative thought whenever I realize a negative thought in my mind, I will replace it with a positive thought. So I was practicing that. Now there came a phase, not that my life had changed, not that the external situations had changed, but there came a phase in my life where automatically, if I'm thinking anything negative, I didn't have to put any effort, like it will automatically change into positive. So I can share an example. For example, there was that song that came around that time, which was Sun Raha Hai Tu Ga Raha Hu. So basically the song, I'll kind of translate that song as well. This song was that it was addressed to the God, that are you listening? I'm crying. Are you listening to me crying? I will automatically change that cry to singing. So I'll not even realize, but I will sing, are you listening? I'm singing. So that is the kind of positivity, that the zone that you get into when there is a balance between your mind and your soul, where automatically anything that comes negative, your mind pushes anything negative, your soul kind of turns into a positive without any extra effort. That's the first step of spirituality. Then you understand the purpose of your soul and the other souls around you. Now here, it is very important to understand that understanding the purpose of your soul doesn't mean you understand the end goal. It doesn't mean that you have to know your life lesson to be on soul path. It doesn't mean that you have to know what is your destination or goal of this life as a soul, then only you will be spiritual. No, absolutely no. And I see a lot of people, they get confused and they try to find answers and find the truth and seek the truth and go to different gurus, guides, get cheated, and a lot of things happen to them because they're trying to find out the meaning of their life. They're trying to find out the purpose of your life. We're not meant to know that, and we can never know that fully. What you can know is temporary life lessons, temporary life steps, and we can have more than one life lesson. So if I tell you that, okay, somebody who's sitting in a great zone has learned all the life lessons, not possible. If the person is still there, maybe there are some things that that person still has to learn, no matter how great or good space that person or zone that person might be into. But we cannot for sure say that that's going to stay always and the person will not have any life lessons. So life lessons keep unfolding as and when you move forward, and understanding your purpose of the soul just means to understand that as a soul, when you've taken a body, it is only for learning. So if you understand that much, that when you've taken a body, it is only for learning, and it is only for learning your life lessons and move forward with your learnings, that's absolutely what you need to understand. And you don't have to dig much deeper into knowing what is your goal. Like I said, the goals can keep shifting, and you will know it as and when the time comes. You will get through the means, you will get to know what your goal is. And at the same time, you understand that other souls also have life lessons and purposes. And how do you understand that? You have to understand that when you are here to learn your lessons, everybody in your life is from the same soul tribe, from the same soul family, helping you learn the lessons, some in a positive way, some in a negative way, but all of them have a purpose when they are around you as a soul, and you have a purpose to help them learn. They have a purpose to help you learn on the soul level. That's why you guys are around. That's why we guys are around. And if we understand that, we are absolutely on the true path of spirituality. Now, third thing, and very, very important, because nowadays everybody is a judge. Everybody is judgmental about everyone and everything. You'll have to let go of being judgmental. Don't judge anybody basis what the person is saying, what the person is doing, what is happening. Don't judge anybody because you don't know the background. You don't know where these people are coming from. You don't know what their conditioning has been. You don't know what their upbringing has been. You don't know what their life conditions have been. What have they been undergoing, or suffering, or whatever. So we have this tendency, and I will share with you, like I read like day in, day out. So and I'm doing these readings from now last 13 years. So I get to know a lot of clients, a lot of people who are probably into extramaritals, who are doing something that is not a kind of acceptable in the society. They're doing something which is unknown to their parents or family. They have different kind of sexual orientations. So there are different kind of people who I connect with on daily basis. Now, if I be judgmental about them, they will never get help. I will not be able to fulfill my soul purpose. I will not be able to help them fulfill their soul purpose. And we are no one to judge them, because we are not in their shoes. We don't know why it is happening in their life. We don't know what are the circumstances. So as a soul, when you are spiritual, you don't judge people. You absolutely don't judge people, and that's one thing that you have to completely let go. Somebody said something, we judge that person, that okay, you know, this person said this is me, this means this is how this person is. Absolutely incorrect. So we don't know where the person is, and that could be true at times. That could be that person is actually not a good or a positive person. But then if that person is around you, is connecting with you, or she's connecting with you in any way or form, means that you have a lesson attached to that person, and you have to learn your lesson, but not really judge the person. So if you are on a spiritual journey, or if you're a true spiritual, you will not judge anybody. Next, you find life lessons in the situations and actions of others. Now this is where yesterday I spoke about, when we were doing the emotional journey, I said that negative people I will talk about on the soul journey part. Now here, who are the negative people? You on your spiritual journey, or whether if you are a spiritual, you figure out why certain kind of negative people are around you, why they are doing a certain kind of negative actions, and what is your learning into it. That is where your heart is so open, you understand that. Now first of all, let's understand what are these negative people. Any person who induces or triggers any kind of a negative emotion or action in you is a negative person. Okay, now that's what we can consider negative person. For the reference, there's nothing negative, but for the reference of this, understanding this, we can consider that person as a negative person. What is a negative emotion? Any kind of emotion which kind of induces sadness, anger, jealousy, low self-worth, low self-esteem, anything that kind of makes you get into that zone of depression, negativity, any kind of that thing that makes you get into that zone away from positivity, gloomy or angry, that's a negative emotion. So anybody who is inducing that negative emotion in you can be considered, as a negative person in this situation. Now these could be people around you, these could be your family members, these could be your friends, these could be your enemies, these could be your in-laws, these could be your kids, these could be trolls. Nowadays trolls are everywhere, so these could be trolls as well. Now what are they doing? Why are they in doing this, what they are doing? That is what you have to understand if you are onto the true spiritual path, if you want to be true spiritual. Anybody who is inducing a negative emotion in you, in the first place, is trying to heal that emotion. So that is why you need to work on that emotion of yours and try to heal that. Second, if anybody is testing your patience over and over again, saying wrong things to you, they are meant to kind of be there for you to learn to not to respond to anything which is negative and which induces you negatively, and kind of move away from that zone of getting impacted from it. Now again, like I said, that it's not that you don't get impacted, it's highly human to get impacted, but that impact should not last from 5-10 minutes to half an hour, not more than that. Now how to address this? Now this is another very important fact. Now I'm not saying that negative people, because they are there to help you learn, you should kind of keep taking the shit, and you should keep taking all the wrong stuff, and you should keep kind of still being good to them. Absolutely not. How you need to deal with them is first, at least once or twice, you can give them a logic. So you can give them a logical reasoning of what you're doing, why are you doing that, and why should they not question it, or why they should be with you in it. So whether it is any kind of person around you, your relatives, your in-laws, or your kids, or your family, or the trolls, two chances you should give to explain. If they don't understand, cut your emotions from them. And if they are your family members who you cannot get away from, you can still fulfill your responsibilities. I'm not saying that don't fulfill your responsibilities towards them. You can fulfill your responsibilities, but just have that emotional disconnect. And that is needed because that's your learning. That's why they are pushing your emotions so much, because they need to have that emotional disconnect. You need to learn that emotional disconnect. And when you learn that emotional disconnect, you are on your spiritual path. With the trolls also, same way, once and twice. 2 times is absolutely perfect, not more than that. And then you ignore them. And that's the best medicine for them as well. When you ignore them, their role in your life to help you learn to ignore has happened. So slowly and gradually they'll move away from you. So that is how you are on your spiritual path. Now another thing that I really want to mention here, and which is very important, is I've already done a video, what do you mean when you forgive somebody. Forgiving somebody doesn't mean that if a Scorpio has stung you, you kind of go ahead and pick up the Scorpio again and start kind of loving the Scorpio or cuddling the Scorpio, because what will happen is the Scorpio will bite you again. Forgiving means that you don't kill that Scorpio, you just let go of that Scorpio, and when you let go of that, it goes on its own path, you go on your own path. That exactly, again I'm saying, that means that if there are people in your life who hurt you over and over and over again, figure out what is your learning in it, and when you know the learning, let go, fulfill your responsibilities, but don't have emotional attachments. And if you are able to do that, that means that you are a true spiritual, you are on your spiritual path, you are on your spiritual journey. Now again I'm saying that doesn't mean that it will not impact you at all. It might impact you, but not more than half an hour. Last but not the least, look at everyone as a soul. When you are a true spiritual, you will be able to look at everyone as a soul. Now when you're looking at everyone as a soul, it should not be that you're looking at people and saying, oh, this is an old soul, this is a new soul, oh, this is a negative soul, this is a soul which is not learning. No, not like that. Then again you are creating those distinct or the differences, that's the segregations, the brackets that you will create as human beings or as humans when you look at humans. Soul, there is nothing called a negative soul. Soul is never negative. We get under the influence of this human mind and do negative stuff or things, but soul is never negative. Second, when you're looking at everyone as a soul, means that whenever you're looking at people, you should be able to see the truth in them. You should be able to see the reality in them. You should be able to see why this person is in my life, what is my learning attached to it, what is my lesson attached to it, learn it and let go. That's when you will be able to see everyone as a soul, and that is when external negativity, people around you, actions they do, things they do, they will not impact you in a negative manner, and that is when you are actually learning your life lessons. So if you're practicing these things in your soul level, that means you're a true spiritual. Now, because this is the last video on this series, I would also want to conclude and tell you that there are a lot of myths about spirituality. So people say that to be a spiritual person, you have to let go of eating good, you have to let go of wearing very good clothes, you have to let go of spending money or earning money, you have to let go of kind of your habits, eating non-veg or drinking once in a while, or a lot of things like that. The things that you enjoy, you have to let go of that. You'll have to let go of emotions and people and attachments completely. You'll have to meditate a particular set of time or particular number of time. You have to get into sannyas. You have to get away from in silence from your family or from people around you. And there are a lot of other myths. There are a lot of other myths that are around this, but true spirituality, part and parcels of meditation and all of those things might be part of it, but majorly the spirituality basically means, if I give you few pillars of spirituality means taking care of your body, loving yourself, loving the world around you, loving everybody equally as a soul, taking charge of your emotional self and balancing your emotions, looking at everybody as a soul and as a family, supporting yourself in learning your lesson and supporting others in learning their lessons. That's the true meaning of spirituality. And it doesn't matter if you kind of if you want to kind of give away all your property in charity and not live your life. That's not spirituality, because if you've come on this earth, there is part of the reason for you to come on this earth is also to enjoy your life, because a soul can do that only in the human body. So you have to eat good, you have to take care of yourself, you have to nurture yourself, you have to grow yourself, but at the same time do everything in a balanced way. Look at other people with love, look at this world as a whole family of yours, and if you are able to do that, then you are a true spiritual. So this is the meaning of spirituality for me. And like I said, please, I always say, please share these videos with as many people as you can, because a lot of people are taking a lot of advantage of people wanting to get awakened, and in that advantage, they take advantage of people in multiple ways, their money or other things. So if you can save somebody from going into that path or that that wrong journey, that will be a great thing to do. So if you can, please share the video with everyone. So let's see what is the message for you guys. Surrender message. Okay, I have two cards again. The first card is surrender procrastination. This says now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Second is surrender to passion. It says get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people and activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Both of the cards are saying the same thing. If you are passionate about something, if you really want to do something, there is no point only thinking about it, because only if you are thinking about it continuously, you're not acting upon it, you're not doing anything good, because thinking is not going to lead you anywhere. So if you want to take any step, if you want to follow your passion, if you want to do something in your life, move ahead, start doing that, start following that. Once you take one step, you will see many doors opening for you. But it is very important for you to not procrastinate, not think that what have happened in the past, what you couldn't do, what you couldn't complete. Now when it has started to open up, when the new door has started to open up, the new like a new step or doorway is opened for you, take step, feel the passion and move ahead passionately in it. I hope this message resonates with you, and if it does, do send me a feedback or a comment. Your comments are very, very important to me. Your feedbacks are very important to me. They motivate me to keep doing this thing. And if you can, please subscribe the channel and press the like button, makes videos searchable. Share the video with as many as you can, and I will start with the monthly predictions for May in a day or two. So take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Bye bye.